Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to change your battery out in your '02 Toyota Tacoma with the inline 4. So this is just for that 4-cylinder engine. I'm sure the V6 is very similar, but I'm willing to guess that the battery size or maybe even the cold cranking amps are a little bit different. I can't say that with absolute certainty, so I'm just going to stick with the inline 4 for this video. This is a super easy repair that literally anybody can do, and all I recommend is some eye protection and a pair of safety gloves. With all out of the way, let's go ahead and jump in. Alrighty, let's get started on changing this battery. Now, a lot of times when I wear gloves in videos, that's for my own personal preference and degree of protection from heat and sharp things, and I just like having them because I like changing gloves out. However, with a battery, I always recommend you wear gloves for your protection because this battery acid, especially this corrosion right here, is really bad for your skin. It can actually burn you pretty good. Batteries are super icky. You always want to have protection against them. In fact, when you're transporting them to and from wherever you're getting your battery, put them in a trash bag as well, because you don't want that acid getting anywhere. It shouldn't be. We're going to take a 10mm socket and we're just going to loosen the negative terminal first, making sure you don't accidentally touch your tool from the negative to the positive. Remove that and store it down in a way that it can't accidentally touch while we're working, like that. Remove our little flap here for the positive, or just move it back rather, and then we can loosen that guy as well. There we go. Again, down and away so it doesn't accidentally touch. Then we can take a 12mm socket and remove the hold down strap, nut, and bolt. Then we can take the hold down strap and set it aside. So then we can carefully now remove our battery. Again, please wear gloves. Ooh. And I'm going to go ahead and take that to my local battery dealer and have that changed out so I can't compare directly. But when you're at the store, compare them and make sure the negative's on the correct side, the positive's on the correct side, and the cold cranking amps are right. And just so you think I'm not joking, I'm going to go ahead and take my trash bag and place my battery in it. Ooh, that is gross. And now it's more or less safe for transport, and I can hand it in just like this, and I'll be safe. So what we're going to do next is take a battery terminal cleaning tool, and we're just going to insert it into our cable end, and we're just going to give that a new surface because there's corrosion built up on there, and if you don't knock that corrosion off, you won't get a good connection. You don't need to go crazy on it. Don't shave, a lot of material off. You're just knocking that corrosion off of there. There you go, a little tough to see, but if you look in there really carefully, you can see there's nice shiny metal, and go ahead and do that for the positive as well. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and point out this stud. Sometimes it falls out of its little home. That's okay. You can just put it back in. I'm going to call it the J stud because it's shaped like a little J. J stud. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up like this after I am done putting the battery in. So we'll just lean that over. Again, they like to fall out, so you want to keep an eye on it. You can even remove it completely and then go like this when the battery's in and put it in. But I wanted to go ahead and show you before the battery is in our way. So we can go ahead and replace our battery, and I got this guy down at Costco for about $120. It is group size 35, 640 cold cranking amps, which I think is going to be fine. So we can go ahead and replace our battery hold down. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. And we can make sure that our J hook is in its home, which it isn't. There we go, that's better. And just start that nut on there. Just so the J-hook doesn't fall out. And we can start our bolt. Yeah, and we can just snug that down using a 12mm socket. I don't really have a torque spec for you, just tight is perfectly fine. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. It's not, so we're good. And then for the terminals, we can take off the protectors and making sure that the positive is on our left and negative is on our right. There we go. And we can just go ahead and put the positive one back on and then begin snugging that 10 millimeter up, putting into its correct position. I'm going to have the torque spec for you on this. Just feel it out. When it gets tight and you can't move the terminal anymore like this, then you know you're good. Then we can put our cover back over. Some people put dielectric grease in here. I don't really feel like it benefits too much. Doesn't really seem like it does too terribly much, but feel free. If you want to, you can, because all the corrosion and water just washes it away in my experience. So I've always felt it kind of unnecessary, but I'm sure there's somebody in the comments telling me that I'm wrong and stupid. So when you're touching the negative, you got to be a little more careful on this one, because once you do that, the circuit completes and the battery's live and the car's hot. So what does that mean? Well, what can happen is this can spark and get all crazy. Maybe you left something on, but if that's the case, you want to lift off, because sparks can actually ignite the battery. You can have thermal runaway, can explode and harm you, which you obviously want to avoid. So what we can do is just touch it. No crazy sparks, everything seems good, and then we can just sink it onto its home like that. And we can tighten that back up. Just snug, so the terminal can't move when you wiggle like that, and that is perfect. So that's how to change your battery in your '02 Toyota Tacoma with that inline 4 engine. This is super, super simple. Please don't pay anybody to do this. Literally anyone can do this in their garage with 2 sockets, a 10 millimeter and a 12 millimeter. And your car will be back on the road. You should really be changing your battery every 2 to 3 years. I know that might seem a little short on the intervals, but trust me, those batteries don't last super long, and you really want to change those out every 2 to 3 years. The warranty from Costco says 3 years, but a warranty doesn't help you all that well when it's 2.8 years and you're stuck on the side of a mountain or something like that. So I recommend every 2 years. That's what I do personally with my own vehicles. Thank you so very much for watching. If this video has helped you all, please consider giving it a like or subscribing. It really helps the channel out, and all applicable links are located down below in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.